Hello and welcome to Adventures on the Hero's Journey. Today we are in Bastion of Thunder. Our goal today will be to kill Agnar the Stormlord, but before we get there we gotta go get some keys. Now I was smart enough to pre-farm the first 4 gems we need, but we cannot, like I did in the respawning, but we cannot get those in the key container that you need to do that next part. So if we take a look at the instructions here, I'm kind of like butchering what we gotta actually do here. So to get the first key, so the first key allows you to go into the second tier of the zone. So this is the first tier, these 4 different halls, and that's where you get these 4 gems. One from, they just drop randomly from these mobs here. But the names in these zones drop the Ring of Torden. You put all 4 of those gems in the Ring of Torden, and then you're allowed to access to the towers. There's 4 towers. In the 4 towers, we have to get the sandstorm, the lightning, the tornado, and the blizzard spheres, along with combining those in a symbol of Torden from the names on that tier. So it's kind of tedious in that sense, but once we have this final symbol of Torden, we have access to go to and kill the Agnar the Stormlord. So we're just going to kind of run through here. I am in Viz, but we will kill the names as we see them. Yeah, we got a Krieger there. If we go over this way, we got Krieger there, so we don't have to worry about those names. But there should be a name right up here. Yeah, the middle guy. He should drop the first container we need, so hopefully we get that. And we are on our oh geez, I should check my buffs here. Well done, let's get rid of that one. Let's see here, that like I sat AFK for like all morning, so I'm missing quite a few buffs here. But we can literally just click them while we're fighting here. All right, he's down. Let's get this guy. I mean, this build is really strong. Or at least feels that way so far. No real problems. There we go. We got a Ring of Torden. Perfect. So we can take the Ring of Torden here. Let's place it in the 3rd slot. And then open it up and then just combine these. Now all these gems, they just spawn on the random guys here. So you just kill a guy, you get it. And there we go. We get our enchanted Ring of Torden, which is the key to the next tier. We'll go to there right now. So let's clear up these corpses here just in case there's something good. There isn't. So let's go here. All right. So now we are in the 2nd tier. You'll see there's like each of these corners has a 2 clickies. One clicky goes into the tower, one goes back to zone in, right? Typically this goes back to zone in, and the other one goes to the tower, right? So let's see here. This one is the opposite of what I just said. So that one goes to the lobby, that one goes to the tower, lobby, tower, like that. So this one over here should take us to the tower, and there we are. We're in the next tower here. So we need to get multiple things on each of these runs, right? We need to get a gem, a sphere, that should drop from most of these mobs, and then we need to kill the named. Now, if we take a look at the map here, if I can grab on the right spot of the screen, we're going to kind of look at and see, make sure we don't miss any of the actual passive names, right? Like the normal names you would see in a respawning zone. So just to make sure we don't miss any of those as we're going. We don't really need to kill everything. I would say, just what's gonna attack us. Like here, I'll show the power of this build, right? Let's just grab all this stuff. Now these are all yellow mobs, and they hit pretty hard, right? Like I'm taking a little bit of damage. I can kill this stuff fairly quick. I'm using, Luckland tier gear still. I don't think I've upgraded a single piece of gear yet. And we just can pretty much face tank all this stuff. I am running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stuns. Each stun I cast gives me healing light. Where do we see it? Where it's at down here. which is our sustain for the most part for this build. Along with every time we kill something, we get a 690 point heal there for killing spree. So we got some sustain, and having the shield on makes our primary weapon do more damage, which is kind of nice because then you don't have to use a two-hander, which like from what I understand, like I've seen screenshots of the damage that Quorum does, and it is 3,400 hits, and I can tell you right now I'm not going to be able to handle a 3,400 hit, but it's it's something to look forward to. So shield is probably going to be more important as we move forward, so I'm gonna kind of just start doing it. Now, one thing that could happen, this is a non-respawning, so it's like a 16-hour I got 11 hours left now since I've been sitting AFK here for a while. Like if we can't, I will switch characters and go do another one to get more of the items we need, but I don't think we will need to. Like in the other one, my bag was like completely full of the gems from tier 1, so hopefully I don't have to do more than what I'm doing here. Let's get this guy too. I'm just gonna start pulling them all. I guess I should have started doing that from the beginning. I was hoping to get the gem, a little bit faster, like on the way, but this one might be rare. I don't know. It does not say how rare these are in the description, but now I could go to a respawning gem, respawning now that I have the key, but I wouldn't be able to progress any further without killing the names of each of these names here. So it's a little interesting. It's unfortunate that the standard names don't spawn in the respawning zone, because they do have like a longer respawn time, but at the same time they're equivalent to trash mobs in my opinion, because they're not much harder or anything like that. So you kind of have to like hop between these, and if you're lucky, we'll get everything. If not, we'll probably jump to something else while we finish this up. So right, so as you can see, I think we've like literally, all right, there's still some mobs over there we can go back and kill. So there's the one named there, so we're gonna go back and kill those here in a second, but we have not gotten it yet. Maybe it'll drop off the name, one of these names. There is another named over there, it looks like, or at least a red mob we can go try our luck at. But this stuff's fairly easy. Experience is not as good as it would be on live for some reason. Like on live, Bastion of Thunder is a fantastic zone, and I have no idea why it's such a bad experience here. But from what I understand, they always do like a experience pass or something like that later on, and whatnot. So like right now, Plane of Water is like the most highest ZEM zone, but there's just not enough mobs. Like we're so powerful at this point, right? We can AoE pull like entire zones, and there's just not enough mobs to do that. Wow, this guy's actually pretty rough. I had to heal actually a few times. Now I am tanking what, 3-4 mobs at the same time, so it's not too bad, I suppose. There we go. What is this buff? Blessing and resolution. Alright. I feel like I gained hit points, I'm not sure where it came from. Alright, let's do another cleansing, and we should be good. There now. Oh, now I saw a link to a remove greater curse clicky item with a point like 7 cast time or some nonsense like that. So that is going to be an item we need to immediately find and get one of those. One, it'll free up our spell slot, and two, it will allow us to really progress. I think we got there. The Paladin breastplate also does Crusader's Touch, which is a really nice spell, right? It's like the precursor to the Paladin Splash that they eventually get. It's, you know, cure 20 disease, poison, and 5 curse. And so if that's on a clicky, right, you know, you're set, and that comes from I think the elemental breastplate. So when we get into the elemental planes, that is going to be something we're going to want to pick up too. All right, we got the unadorned symbol. All right. And oh, we got a glyphed runed word. Where did that go? Right here. Perfect. That is our first one. So that'll let us get a good what are they called here? Spell. So that's nice. And we got 2 weapons. We got a weapon in that. I'm gonna move them over here because I'm not 100% sure if I want to keep those or not. All right, so we got that. That is fine, but we did not get the sphere, unfortunately. So let's go back down before we leave the area. I don't even think we can leave it from here anyway. Now, I'm probably going to have to, like, come back and do this again. Like, now that I'm here, right, I'm going to probably have to at least clear all 3 of these. I guess I'm going to have to split this up if I can't get all of these into 2 different videos. I know I said we're going to kill Agnar, the Stormlord, but I think at this point it's probably smarter just to cut that in 2. There we go. Unless we get really lucky here, because this is bad luck. Nope. Oh, we got it. All right, perfect. That's fantastic. So let's move that up there. All right. All right, so we're done with this side, but there is another. No, there is no another. I thought there was another name here. It's just the teleporter. All right, so we need to go to the next tower now, and hopefully we're just as lucky. But who knows how this will go. Now, are people selling these? They're selling it for 1 platinum. All right. So they have no value. People were selling the Plane of Valor stuff. All right, hail. There we go. Back here. So we've done Earth. We need to do... let's do this one over here. This one's ice. Just ignore that thing, whatever it was, and click. All right, so this floor is pretty simple, I guess. Looks like there's a name down there, and then all around, so. Right? I don't think I've actually been in this one before. This doesn't look familiar. I usually do, because on live, right, you get the daily quest to come here and kill the fire ones. You don't ever get the quest for these other guys, so there's no point ever coming here again. No luck there. We got him named in here? We do! Alright, there he is. Now, I don't believe this is a final boss named. Don't think, because we're going to have to take a teleporter here to the next tier. There we go. I think he's just like a second level, you know, and part of this zone. If we're lucky, we might get another ruined word. I believe I need like one more spell. Luckily, the monk and the berserker class don't have to have any spells. You buy them all from the vendor. Oh yeah, we got the sphere, and we got two spheres. Nice. All right, so we got our sphere. Let's put that there. We also got ornate chain helmet. All right, that's nice. So I can kind of don't have to kill everything now, which is very nice since we got the sphere. Can't hail him while feign death. All right, so we're in this area. It looks like we need to go all the way through here. I'm not going to kill all that stuff. That's just not worth the effort. So let's just run through here. This would probably yield like 3% experience in all honesty. Not enough to even care about. And feign death. Walk over. And what are we doing with here? We need to go into this main room. Right over here. There's the named. Alright. Kill this guy. So we don't have with ads maybe. There we go. Wow. 27,000 crit. And no loot. Alright, let's get this guy too, because he's there, and then we can go kill Mr. Ice Storm. It doesn't even have the same name. Alright, over here. Alright, easy guy compared to the other one. The other one had like bodyguards. Not too bad. The damage output's slightly higher, but I think we can sustain it pretty well with the amount of stuns I'm doing. Though I am kind of losing mana. I might have to take one of these stuns out. The last one here, I believe, this one is 100 mana. This one's 60. This one's 35, and these ones are like free, like 25 and 15. So there's another one you can use that uses like 200 mana, and I didn't feel like that was worth it, because it was just I felt like it was draining my mana way faster. But I also don't have like mana regen going right now. Like you'll notice I'm just self buff. I guess before we kill the boss, I will pop to Bazaar and get buffs from my buff bot. But yeah, all right. Oh, we got an ornate breastplate mold. That's nice. We got another spell. We got some gems. We got another unadorned symbol. Can we just throw that in there? Yeah, we can. And we got Mantle of the Rainmaker. 36 AC. What am I wearing right now? Let's compare this to what I have. So less AC, same hit points, less mana maybe. I don't know what this... Yeah, maybe it's more mana. It's got more spell damage, more heal amount, but it's less attack and less accuracy. And it does have spell haste, which is kind of nice. That is a nice item, I'm gonna say. It's like a possible upgrade if I really wanted to. All right. Now we want to go this way. This will take us back to the courtyard. Right there, and then we'll just feign death off whatever that was on us, and we're gonna want to go this way to the air tower. This one is on this side. There we go. Feign death off whatever is on us. And here we go. This one, I'm going to kill everything until we get the gem, and then we can not have to worry about that after that point. hopefully we get it, right? Like this is theoretically, you know, how this video could fail, but obviously I'll just wait 11 hours and continue the actual boss battle at that point. And let's get this guy. So let me see here. So this is gonna just go up, and we're gonna wind up into another few different of these floating islands here. Not too bad. Now this would be the better experience, like I'm live per se, but for here it doesn't feel much different than the other ones. As you can see, I'm killing yellow mobs and getting like no no gains. It's just a little disappointing, really. Swirling tornado. At least we get coins off these ones. Some of them drop coins, some don't. Not 100% sure why, but yeah, so you can see we went from 11 to 12% at least so far. And that is a wind-worn stone as a vendor item. That is not the sphere we need, so keep going here. What's this floor look like here? So it's up, and then another teleporter. Alright, not too bad. Alright, let's do it this way. Let's just run through here. And let's come to this guy. I like, if I can take it right, then I feel like it's you know, better to just fight it all, and instead of like, you know, pulling one by one. Mostly because, you know, I'm gonna get huge riposte and stuff, and might as well. So I have like return kick, return bash, and I think there's like some other one from the berserker. So it's some crazy extra stuff that we get, you know, just for all the different classes combined together. So works out pretty well. Right, and we got 3 guys up here, no named yet, which is interesting. And at this point, no sphere. What is that? Oh, that's a second blizzard spear. Alright. Got lucky on that one, I guess. Okay. Yeah, my mana is going down slower than I'd like, or lower than I'd like. So let's drop Force of Akir for right now. Ideally, we want to, like, you know, not to lose too much mana during, you know, just spamming stuff, but I'm not really stopping to med or anything like that. And I should have started at full mana, but I don't remember if I did. Alright, so unfortunately we didn't get it. Yeah, okay, there's a few more mobs up here, so kill all the trash around him. And hopefully... Is there, Alright, there's a teleporter out of here. Perfect. Alright, 3 more mobs after this guy. Oh, and we got the sphere. Alright, perfect. Alright, we'll just kill this guy. I don't know if the friends are going to join in or not, but I'm not too concerned. I was really worried for a second. Oh, man. Like, my friends, they've already progressed through, I think they're in the elemental planes now. and they were talking about how some of these farms are just absolute terrible drop rates on some of this stuff, like the Frog and Valor. So hopefully, hopefully they, like, since then they've patched things, but we'll see. Let's see. All right, our mana seems to be holding at 26 now, so this might be the ideal thing. So that's what, 15, 25, 35. But how much mana was that one? 60. So not too bad. We got another one of those. And let's see here. We got a Wand of the Ice Storm. So this is an extended range item for casters. That might be kind of nice. We got a Great Staff with a 4 Winds. This is a primary melee item with a with a 2-handed proc, 31 delay. That's actually kind of a nice weapon. What's that selling for right now? Let's see here. 45,000. 3,500. I bet I could sell this for 2,000. Spectral Parchment and that. There we go. So we'll save those items. I think some of this stuff's like worth selling, some of it is not worth selling. So we have 3 of those now. Now we can go back to the lobby. There, the courtyard, I mean. Alright, and now we just need fire, which I believe is this one here. It's hard to tell. Yeah, this one. Alright, perfect. And this is the one I typically do during live. Because it wants you to come kill brands, mostly. Brand Kriegers typically are the target of that. Oh man, how lucky is that? First mob, we get the item. All right, so let's see if there's a named up. There should be. Okay, so that one should be a named, but he's not up. That takes us back to the lobby. We don't want to go there. Over here. These are all weaklings. Let's go this way. Bang death, all that junk off. Alright, what do we got here? Placeholder. Placeholder. That guy's a placeholder through the tower. Bang death. Okay, well, I think, let's see here, let's take a look at this, because I feel like we're almost to the boss, if I remember right. Alright, so we got the key, that's pretty good, so we want the 3rd bag, take that, 1, 2, combine those. There we go. We have the symbol of Torden now. Okay, receive the key, the lightning sphere. Return to the courtyard and click the lightning sphere to click up. Okay, so we're done with the key. Perfect. All right. Agnar the Stormlord, Legion Thunderclap. I feel like this room is double used, right? Okay, I think that's what why I'm seeing that. We could probably kill that guy real quick. Let me double check. Make sure he's the right name. We'll kill him before we leave. To do the other one. Let's see here, Legion Thunderclap. Yeah, it is him. Alright, so let's go kill him. So we just need to run through these halls. It's like a maze, if you will. Full of these mobs. It's not really like a maze, it's more of a just a path for you to go that's a circle. There he is right there. Let's pull him down. Well, that's probably not smart. I don't think that's the right way either. Where is he? Where's he go? Let's just get him over here. Here, wait. If I do this, he might summon me. I'm surprised he didn't summon me. Usually when I attack something, it summons me, but... Here they come. Here they all come. Hopefully this doesn't splat us. This item right here is the whole reason I want to think. I think I want to make a Shadow Knight. Look at this thing. 9028. Dark Siphon. It's just a beautiful weapon. Jagged Blade of Time. Yeah, that's another 2019. Where are these guys? Where? Here they are. All right. Turtle up. Surprised he didn't summon me when I nuked him though. That was kind of weird. But as you can see here, like we're not even taking damage from this many mobs. This build is really durable when it comes to that kind of stuff. Obviously they're all yellow and stuff, so it's... I feel comfortable with this build. Now, you know, you see we're taking a little damage there, just throw in a little heal over time. Which is really nice. Like, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed this build very much if I had to target myself. Like, on live, all these heals are target of target. But this server allows pretty much target to target when if you try to cast something on a target. So it is just, you know, it's quality of life stuff like that that is just so good. Oh, I lost sympathetic healing. I wonder how long that's been off. Wondering why my heals aren't doing much. There we go. And just gonna kill all the trash first. So we started at what, 11%? At some point, that's what I remember. We've only gained 4% since we've been here. So definitely not experience I would write home about. All reports I've heard is if you pull everything in Plane of Fire, it's about 15% of the level. So that is kind of disappointing. But I have my Warrior Cleric Beast Lord build, which it does AoE. I'm going to take him once I get him a slightly better weapon or something from here. I'm going to take him into Vex and see if I can pull all of Vex and AoE it down and see how that goes for him. But yeah, so this is the final mini boss here, and then what we'll do is we'll do Agnar in the follow-up video, because this one's already a little longer than I wanted. I know I put out like 2-hour-long videos, but this is very specific to this is the key stuff now. And next will be the Agnar fight, which is a multi-phase fight, so it's going to take a little longer. Might as well split it off. Go. This guy's... I would say he's got the most hit points out of all the minis so far, but not too bad. And it's free, you know, good loot. Like that, those shoulders are like almost replacing what I already have. Like we're almost to the good stuff, I think. Let's look at that. Can I? There we go. All right, we got a glowing orb of the Stormkeeper, or Storm Watcher, and this is another nice focus item. This is what? Reduced mana. Nice. Another ring and a spectral parchment, and we got a wicked shank, which is a 3221 dagger, but it does heat blood proc, which is kind of nice. If you think about it with a backstab mod, so that might be an item that might sell for something. I've been trying to unload a few items here and there just to try to get a little platinum going. All right, so I think that is that for the keys. So obviously that's how you do it. Killing the mobs. I would, if you don't get lucky like this, like, you know, it's sometimes that's how it is. So you might have to do 2 respawning, because these mini named, these ones and the lower tier ones do not spawn in the respawning. So you got to go and get them in there in the non-respawning. So you could run into a situation where you don't get the gem, but I got at least 1 of everything. So there we go. So that is the Torden keys. Thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.